retailers are using police-like investigation centers to fight theft, and shoppers are paying the price. Don't we always?
So exciting. Police
theft,
state.
Yes. Theft is on the theft is on the rise. Organized crime.
Yeah.
Serious problem.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yes.
It's bad. Like, it's getting so bad that like.
Yeah. No, they said 500 offenders or something like that last year in New York had like thousands and thousands and thousands of arrests. Like thousands of arrests each.
Oh my gosh.
There's 21,000 shoplifting instances in New York City last year, and it was up 5% from the year before.
Oh wow!
Of 20,000 shoplifting instances.
This is across the board. This isn't even just about New York.
No, that's just I watched a little documentary today about it, so that's why I know these stats. But like,
is it Cash Jordan?
Yeah.
I watch Cash Jordan.
No, he just uses the other news to make his news. You know, why don't we use his news to make our news?
Yeah, that makes sense.
He's a good news source. He's using the news, like,
he is.
And ideally he's being a good journalist about it and looking at multiple news sources.
He does like.
So yeah, but it's like funny because he just straight up
just lifts
it and just says what the journalist like finishes their sentences and just like.
It's funny how he does it.
It's good that he does it.
Yeah.
And I appreciate. Because he went from doing real estate stuff to now making this news content, which is like, good job, man.
Yeah.
What a flip, dude.
Yeah, what a flip.
Hell yeah, he flipped his real estate.
Yeah.
He flipped his digital real estate. He flipped it.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, you guys were watching real estate stuff? Well, check this out. I'm going to talk about that real estate, what's happening in that real estate. People were like, oh, we'll watch this too, buddy.
Gotcha. So the SWAT is involved. That's how serious it is.
Yeah.
They swarmed a house, and they got products worth of $150,000 that were stolen from a Home Depot. And that's because, the Home Depot had done internal security. Like, they spent months investigating the thefts, scanning security camera footage, tracking license plates, and surveilling suspects.
Some of these places will allow you to steal a certain amount and then hit you with the charge.
Yes. I've heard that Walmart does that.
Yeah.
So y'all be easy. Y'all think y'all getting over on these little self-checkout things. Yeah. So this is kind of like how retailers are having to do it now because organized crime rings are serious. And the internet, as we know, have only made it easier.
Yeah.
Because
you can just buy anything from the internet.
You can buy anything from the internet. Like
before it gets fact checked by
exactly.
anyone,
if I
it's
go
already
on
your
eBay
doorstep.
or Amazon, I'm like, oh, they got this for $15. I'll grab it.
$32.
It's not $32.
$15.
It's $15, and you're not thinking that it's stolen.
It's just everyone's angry because this is the purest form of capitalism, and everyone's so angry at it. Because that's exactly what the forefathers did. They just came and stole the land from people that had it before them. They
essentially
sold it
set the
to
tone.
Other people. They just set the tone to what capitalists can do and get away with as well.
Oh wow, Aurora says, but they're also paying them like $2,500 to not steal again or something like that.
That's great.
I think
That's
you're talking
funny.
about.
I think I heard about that.
The immigrants. They're getting like a certain amount of cash money, and yet you've got veterans who are not getting anything.
No, I think she might also be talking about how some people are like straight up getting out of jail and getting $2,500. Because I've been reading comments how in New York that you do a crime and you go to jail and they give you like $1,000 and you leave when you leave or some bullshit, so you won't steal for another week or 2 weeks.
That's quite the incentive
to steal again.
That's quite the incentive.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. So. So now they're, because of this, now they're, as in some areas, in some stores, they're locking products behind glass, plexiglass, not. And back in the day, it was like, video games, or certain phones, like you understood. But here it's like laundry detergent, medication, beauty supplies. Like it's wild what's being stolen and taken.
Yes.
So it's.
I think Cash said, instead of locking up the criminals, they locked up the toothpaste.
Yeah. Yes. Well,
that's not going to happen.
Cash.
I mean, it might happen a little bit in Florida, but I doubt.
So here's what's funny.
Happen what's like
here's
that.
What's funny
in Florida. Yeah.
I don't know. Was it Cash or somebody else had said that it was somebody else. They had said that they're in New York. They're doing the stealing. They're coming down to places like Florida and whatnot, and they're doing the selling. And it's like, oh, why don't you just steal in Florida? And it's like,
no,
you get in trouble. It ain't like that. I was like, oh wow. Then I was like, maybe Florida needs to tell New York, hey, maybe you guys try this.
Well, no, in New York, what they're doing, they're using the crime as a way to create the police state. They want all the cameras to go into place. They want to be able to track everyone's movements. Is
that why they're letting the park go to shit?
Yeah, they're
I saw
all
that
this.
Cash.
Any
Jordan,
logical person who sees this stuff.
And don't get me wrong, guys. We're not dogging New York. We're literally just talking about what's happening. We're not dogging New York.
Because it'll push. First of all, it'll push the middle class out and make only people basically service workers or millionaires that work there in the city. And then if you live like on the floor, you're a criminal. And if you live 100 stories in the sky, you're a millionaire. So it's like they just want that. I
can fly just as high. Yeah. Take a look. It's in a book. Okay.
They called it the Fifth Element.
Yeah. So, some retailers are researching body-worn cameras for employees. Like we're talking like police level. Like
it's just recording everything doesn't stop
anything.
It's cool to have it all on video. You know, it's fun content. I guess it's good.
It'll be good content.
Just filling up our hard drives with more content.
Geez.
No, it doesn't really stop anything. There's no like talk about the programs, I guess, that are trying to help people or whatever. Or like, hey, if you're doing this, maybe you should try this, or is it because you need food? And there in the documentary that Cash Jordan said, it's like people that are getting caught are not families trying to steal bread. It's like a guy with a shopping bag full of fucking 50 toothpaste bottles trying to sell toothpaste to make money. You know? So it's like, so it's like his forefathers, stole the land from the Native Americans. So he's like,
oh my gosh. Okay. Aurora says the Walmart in Lauderhill has the doggone toothpaste locked.
Oh, they do have in Lauderhill. It does have the toothpaste locked up in Florida. Wow. So there is a guy with a trash bag full of toothpaste.
Trash bag full of okay. Man, that's wild. And here's the thing about this too. Like,
that's crazy.
Their retailers are getting desperate, so they're seeking, any means.
Yes.
Even artificial intelligence to identify patterns.
Yeah.
Which, as we know, AI is such a helpful tool.
Yeah.
But listen to this part, guys. Listen to this part. Some companies' efforts have backfired. So in December, the drugstore chain Rite Aid agreed to a 5-year ban on facial recognition technology after the Federal Trade Commission found that the company's use of the tech led to false shoplifting allegations against customers.
Right.
Especially people of color.
Exactly.
Surprise, surprise.
You know why? Did you hear? You know why it doesn't recognize?
Because it doesn't recognize skin color.
No, it's not even that.
What is it?
It's because all the facial recognition technology was made by white dudes that used their own pictures and then never put in a lot of black faces.
Okay. Okay, guys. Okay. All right. You guys tell me that I'm crazy for being head on a swivel when it comes to technology, but it's I don't know.
A bunch of shenanigans, I tell you.
Now they're pushing for a federal bill, the Combating Organized Retail Crime Act, that would create an intelligence sharing hub at the Department of Homeland Security and broaden the scope of applicable criminal conduct. So, obviously, it's being criticized. You've got civil rights groups arguing that it promotes punitive policies that would disproportionately affect marginalized communities and exacerbate poverty by pushing more crime into the federal system.
Right. No, I understand the logic of making the threshold for it becoming a felony higher or whatever, but it's like is it too high? $1,000? You can go and steal $1,000 and just get a ticket. You could do that every day. You can steal $999 every day and just get a ticket. So it just seems excessive. The limit is excessive. Like,
so what about
every day you're feeding your family of 50?
What about the government / federal government has ever come off as subtle?
I don't know.
Are they not the type
how they put in the Bank Secrecy Act, and they did the information secret, whatever, lookup act. They do all these things. They name them one way, but then it really does another thing.
Yeah.
Oh
my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes.
That's what they are not subtle about. They've
been taking advantage of. Yeah. Since 9/11, since 9/11.
Why did it have to be 9/11? Why did it have to be that?
Oh, this is on purpose. Since 9/11,
emergency day.
Been pushing the bar. I remember Enemy of the Remember Enemy of the State?
Yeah.
With Gene Hackman.
Yeah.
I remember when he was talking. That came out in 1990 something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Late 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking to Will Smith's character, and he was saying, you would be on the phone. Landline, guys. You'd be on the phone, and if you said any of 100 not trigger words, but keywords. Thank you, keywords.
Yeah.
And machine would automatically record the conversation, and then log it later for to review. And he said that was 30 years ago. And I was like, excuse me. It's 1997 or so. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
He's telling him this is what they were doing 30 years ago. God only knows what they're doing now because he's been out of the game so long. And I'm like, oh, wow. Now, Enemy of the State is also another fun movie, but also freaking scary because we're here.
Is that a Will Smith movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yes.
It's good.
Yes.
It's good. I might rewatch it again very soon. But yeah, so... I don't propose to have a solution.
I don't know why this red light went out, but I'm sorry.
We have a little backlight. So I don't propose to have a solution to the theft. But I know that things are only going to get worse.
Yeah, things seem like they're only getting worse.
Because the economy is in such a array. People are desperate.
Yes.
Because even though you would say, oh, there's all these immigrants in New York, but this is nationwide problem. It's not all immigrants. It's not smart to even say, oh, it's just that. No, it's not just that.
But it is those major hub type cities though. Chicago, New York, LA, that type of thing. It's happening big time.
For sure. So that's that on that. Let me know what you guys think. What
do you think about $1,000 threshold?
Ay, Dios mío.
To just get a ticket in New York. That's crazy.
Or the fact that
the
they're
lawlessness in Florida that would be going on.
Okay, I want to go back to the retail I was talking about. They wanted to put cameras on employees.
Yeah.
They already have cameras. I'm so sick and tired of seeing the black circles everywhere. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's still not. It's
No, the crazy thing is that the retailers are cool with this too, because they're like, oh, we'll just charge the subscription model to come in the store, and that guarantees them funds every single month, no matter what.
We are leading. We are headed that way.
So we already did it with Amazon, and everyone saw that that Amazon can get away with it. And some people don't even use Amazon all month and still get that $11.99 taken out of their account. So imagine you're paying for a CVS subscription. You got to swipe a card to get into CVS. Or you only go to CVS twice a year. Or you're paying $11.99 just to have access to CVS now?
Oh, my gosh.
A month?
I hadn't even thought about that. Oh. Things are getting wild, guys. Things are getting wild.